Hey friends, welcome back to the studio where even dreams believe. So in our video today, we are going to look at those other types of cards that I mentioned, and I have put a few interesting cookie cutters here that we are going to use to help us make the cards. And this is for someone that says that they really do not know how to draw. So it makes this process so easy. So please join me and let me share my screen. Okay, now let's just have a look to see what we have here. Okay, I just want to check my angle. Let's start over here. Okay. So now on this, let me just take the paint out of the way. Okay, on this paper here, this was the long stroke that I said we will divide. If you watched my previous videos, you would know what I'm talking about now. If you didn't, please go back and watch them. Okay. I divided them just roughly. I did not measure. So this little one here is slightly smaller. So I thought this one over here, I'm going to make a with sympathy card. Okay. So if you look here, this is a tiny cookie cutter in the shape of a cross. Okay. Which will perfectly fit there. And what I also have here are a few stencils with flowers that I will incorporate there. So this is really a video to show you that you don't have to be able to paint to make a card. You can use things to assist you. Okay, so the second one, let me just leave that over there. The second one, I thought we can make a flower. Now this is a flower, just a normal flower cookie cutter, and we will have a single flower in this card, and it will have a bold stem and bold leaves. All right, this one over here I thought could be for a type of Valentine's card. So this is my smallest heart shape cookie cutter that I have got. I use these in my studio. These are not my kitchen cookie cutters. They are my studio cookie cutters because I usually use it with clay, with ceramics or things like that also. So I thought instead of putting it like this, I'm going to make a double heart. So I can angle one heart there and one heart there and make it as if it is a balloon. Okay, so heart balloons that we can put here. Okay, so now let me start with this one here. Okay, I have got my brush. Now let's see. So there are two ways that you can do this. You can either put paint on this side and just press it down and use it as a stamp. Okay, it should work if it is completely flat. I'm not sure if this one is completely flat. I think that side is. Or you can use a pencil to draw the outline. So whichever is easier for you to use, either a pencil or just to use it like that. So I'm going to see, just want to see, this looks fairly flat at the top. So I am going to wet my paint. Let me grab my paint here. And I think I'm going to use this purpley color that I have got over here. Okay. Now I want to have a lot of pigment, so let's just take some more paint. Hold on one second. I am again apologizing if you hear noises in the background. Our complex have increased in noise levels over the last 2 weeks. I'm not sure if everyone is trying to do the last minute building or construction or something before winter, because our weather is definitely changing. It's so cold in the mornings already, so we are definitely moving into fall. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put the paint on here. I want to see if it works. If it doesn't, it's fine. Then we have tried it here together. Let me see. I don't even think you can see what I'm doing. So I'm trying to put the paint on here. Let's see if we are successful. No, it doesn't look as if it's taken on this metal. Let's see if we can make an impression there. No, it did not work well. Okay, that's not a problem. So what I'm going to use, I'm going to use a pencil. Let me just grab a pencil here quickly. I'm going to use this pencil here, and I am just going to just go around it. This pencil is watercolor, so it's just going to give me an indication of where my cross is, and of course I can continue to decorate it then. Okay, there we have got a cross. Okay, not very thrilled with this one, not really, but we will make it work somehow. Okay, all right, so the next one, let's see if this works better, as this has got a thicker surface. So let's do the purple again on this one. We're loaded now with the purple. Let's see if now you can see what is happening. Oh, you can't see, hold on. It's making like little droplets on the plastic, which it's going to give us an outline of our flower. So it's not going to give a solid line because it's making little pearls of paint. Can you see there? Okay, so now let's have a look. I want it just like that. I'm just eyeballing it. If it is in the center, oh, that's left actually a nicer indent mark than what I expected. So what I'm going to do, I'm just taking my watercolor brush and I'm just following the line. More or less. I think I'm making my own line here also. Okay, so I'm just basically following the shape. Okay, so now we have got that one. All right, let's see this one. Now let's change to go to red. I really must say that I like this process where you can actually just use this, especially if you're going to make a lot of cards and you want them more or less to have the same shape of a heart or the same shape flower. This is a very good idea, okay, to do it this way. So now let's have a look here. Just want to grab some of the reddy color over here, reddy pink. Okay, so now I'm not using the sharp side that you would cut through the clay or the dough. I'm using the top side again because it has got a slightly bigger rim. Now let's see what's happening with this one. Look at the difference between the other cookie cutter. This must be a different type of plastic because the paint is sticking much better to this one. Look at that. Okay, let's see. Where do I want to place this one? I want to place this one in the top left corner. Now the thing is, if you place it, don't move it. You'll have to lift it up. Okay, here goes. Oh, look at that. Very nice. Okay, so let's do the second one. I really like this. It's amazing that this shape is taking so much more paint than the flower did. Let's put on some more. Let's load the pigment more. Okay. And you can see it's not making the little baubles. It has got a line. So now let's have a look here. I want this one to be at an angle over here. Okay. Pressing it down. I hope I didn't get it on the end here, but we will see. Oh, I like it. Look at that. Fantastic result. Okay, really, really nice. Okay, I'm just going to rinse this one here. Let me just grab my cloth. Okay, all right. So yes, these are just different sizes of cookie cutters that I have, and they all nestle in each other like that. So it's not something fancy. Okay, so now we notice that the metal one there did not want to work very well. So let's have a look and see if the cat will work on this one here. Now this is the card that I have got, and you could see that I'm using this side because I have a blob of paint there, which I'm going to incorporate in my card. Okay, so I want the cat just to sit there in the center, and let's see if we can. You see, it also has got a very, very thin rim, and that rim is not straight. Okay, so next plan. Let's have a look and see if I can do something else. I want to see if I can really make an impression there so that I have an impression of where the paint can go. I want to press it down very hard and see if it would make an impression. Let's see here if I can do it like this. I'm going to have to put something on top of it in order not to hurt my hand. It's a rather sharp cookie cutter, so I'm trying to put as much weight on it as possible. Oh, let's see if it worked. Oh, there is a very, very slight mark, but no, it didn't. Okay, so plan B. Let's have a look here. Okay, this is dry already, this side. Just gonna put it here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can do it with the sharp side, and otherwise we will just have to trace the cat. Okay, now for the cat's color, Let's have a little bit of blue, a bit of black. It's a grey cat. Okay, so now let's see. Now I think maybe the amount of pigment is going to play a part. So let me just double up here on my pigment. You can see what I'm doing here in my palette is not really the best thing to do, because I am just, let's see if this is going to work. Sorry, I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to get the pigment just on the edge here. So let's have a look and see if it worked. Now, just in case it didn't work, I'm going to take some of this paint and just drop it here on the side so it can run down. Let's see if that is going to work. Oh, I need more fingers. Hold on. I can't see if I'm doing it the right way there, but it doesn't matter. Just want to see if we can have it drip down on the page. Okay, so now let's have a look. Do you think it's gonna work? I'm so happy that you're here experimenting with me. Ah, we got a cat. I won't say it's a perfect cat. I'm happy with our cat. Okay, let's just see here. Just want to get all of this off. Okay, all right, thank you, cat. Okay, so now we have got the cat. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to leave that there to dry. And then we have got these over here. So now let's just clean the brush again. All right. So I'm going to start on the side here. Just want to move it so that you can see. Okay, so the two hearts. So what I'm going to do is, actually, before I start painting, I am going to draw in. Let me just grab my marker. This is the Unipin marker I always use. This is dry. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put a string as if it is a string holding the balloons, and I'm going to make a string over here also. Just add the little pieces of string, and then the string would go this way. Okay, so that it's a string. Okay, so now let's see here. I want to also have this color. When a balloon is started, it has got that little mouthpiece where you blow the air in, which we don't have here from the cookie cutter. So I'm just adding that piece in there. Okay, so it's a little bit more realistic. Okay, so now let's see here. I'm just going to have a nice wettish brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently activate this color. I'm wetting the inside of the heart, touching the watercolor line that I have made there. Very gently. Okay, I think we're going to need a little bit more pigment. So let's see if we put a little bit of pigment in there. Look at that. Okay. Now, unfortunately, when I mixed the grey for my cat, I unfortunately messed up the color of my red. So I'll just use my backup red here because this has got a lot of greys in it now. So let's just put some of this red here. You can see how it is running. And we have got the beautiful different colors. And you can just pull that color around. You do not have to paint the whole part, or you can. I always leave a little bit of color and a little bit of the white showing. Okay, let's put in some more of this strange color here just to make it a little bit more dramatic. And over here I can put some too. And you can see when I drop the watercolor in here, because it's wet, it is going where it wants to go. So that is so nice. I love it. Okay, let's move to the next one. So let's just go and have a little bit of water first, wet it a little bit. Let's see. Let's activate this side. Okay, so we can again take some of the other colors, the lighter red, place in some color here, place in some of the darker color over here, and just let it run. And that's basically it. I'm going to add a little bit more color in here. Those are the hearts. I love them. I think they came out so beautifully. Okay, so now let's think, what are we going to do with our flower? Okay, so our flower, I want to have just a very nice thick stem. So I'm just going to make a stem like that and 2 leaves. Okay, so that is my flower. What I also think I want to do is in the center, I am just going to eyeball a circle of little circles in the center. Like that. Okay. All right. I see that we have got a slight problem. I just have to plug in my computer. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. I did not realize that we are running out of juice here. So let me just see here how I can do this without disrupting everything. still here? Yeah. Okay, so now that is the flower. So let me show you quickly what it looks like. Here you can see. Okay, you can also see where are the hearts. Let me see here. They are the hearts. And I think that they also look very cute. So the flower, let me show you what the cross looks like now. It didn't really shape. Okay, so now we will work with it. Don't worry about that. Sorry, I just want to get the cable out the way. I want to see if I can bring you closer. Okay, there we go. All right, and the cat is also drying very nicely. All right, so that is our flower. What we can do with the flower is we can see that we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals. So if you want to draw 5 petals, you can. Or if you just want to indicate that there are petals, you can draw lines from the center of the flower, just like that, to make sure that you show that there are petals. So let's do that. I'm just going to aim to do 3 lines. I've just put my whole hand in my heart. Oh dear. Okay, let's see. Luckily, it's only watercolor and it will dry quicker now. All right. Okay, so that is what I've done with this flower here. Now let's have a look and see. Color. What color do we want the flower to be? So the center, I think we should aim for a yellow ochre or a brighter yellow. So let's have a look and see what we can do for that. All right. I have got some yellow ochre here. And I'm just going to drop that on top of these little round bally things that I've drawn here. I've just done the outside. I'm going to use a brighter yellow for the next one. I'm just adding that in the center. Okay, so our center is sorted out. Now on the leaf, I have a little line. So this line here that I made on the leaf, I want to have a different color there. So I like to add a little bit of yellow, and I will add green in there while it is still wet, so that it makes a very nice yellowy green, like as if the sun is catching it just in the right place in order for it to shine through. So I'm going to have a little bit of sap green here, and I want to mix it with my yellow. And a little bit of yellow ochre. And then I'm going to add it on top of it while it is wet. I'm just adding it in, and it is giving me a very nice color. Okay, I think I'm going to use this color also for the stem. I'm just dropping the color very lightly, and I'm actually puddling the watercolor on top of it. Okay, so now I want to have a different green for the leaves. So let's see what I can use over here. I like to use more than one color. It just gives it a little bit of depth and variation. Now remember, once our cards are dry, we can always go back in and use color pencils or watercolor pencils and really add some shadow and texture and all those wonderful types of things, and then you can just continue to build. You don't only have to work with one layer. Okay, so there's my card there, and just for fun, I'm just going to add a little bit of green at the bottom here to indicate that there could be grass. Okay, there we go. Now let's have a look. The petals. What can we do with the petals? I think we should go back to our purpley pink petals. Okay, so what we have here is we have got the purple, the dark side violet, and I think I want to enhance that with a color pencil. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to do this. As if I'm shaping the petals. Just giving it a little bit more form. I'm following the contour of the cookie cutter. Okay, you can see that. Okay, so it's just a little bit more, and I just brought in these here just to show that there is a petal. The petals are on top of each other, they're folding over each other. Okay, so now let's have a look. Let's grab some of our nice purpley colors here, and what I do not want to do is I do not want to go close to the center, because the yellow is wet, and yellow and purple is going to make a bad brown if I have to mix these two together, and I do not want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to focus here on the outside. And I'm just playing here with a little bit of paint and water on my brush, and you can see that the watercolor pencil and the watercolor on the paper is activating so beautifully. Okay, so when it is a little bit drier in the center, I will come back to that, and I will then make sure that we have got a little bit of pinky purple running out from the center, and I am going to leave some negative spaces in this flower. Okay, so now we have to do something with our cross. What can we do? Okay, we are definitely going to see if we can save it. If we can't, then we'll have to paint something else on top of it. So let's see. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to go in with my pen. And you know what the funny thing is? It's skew on my page. I made it skew. So let's see if I can fix that. I'm just going to See, I'm going to trace around it with my pen, my marker. Is that straight? I can't see. Okay. Here goes. It's difficult this side. See what I'm doing. People. This might be a fail. Okay, so let's just freehand it. It didn't work. Okay, let's just freehand. Let's see what it looks like when we freehand it. It is a little bit more wiggly than it should be. Okay, and it looks as if it's got a shadow. All right, so now let's see what we can do about that. Okay. Yes, it happens to me too that sometimes something I make just does not work. Okay, and then it is time to just decide it didn't work, we'll call it. All right, so now let's see. I'm going to use some of these flowers here as deco, and I want to see, make as if these little stencils. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that can work. Okay, so we are going to put stencils everywhere here, little flowers everywhere. So this one now here, we are drawing out first with our ink, and then we will come in with our paint in the end. Or maybe if it really looks atrocious, nah, then we're not going to do anything more with it. Then it would go down in the bin. So let's see. We can always just see what we can do. Okay, I think we can have another flower over here. One, two, three, four. Let's make another flower here. I always like to have my flowers or something, whatever I use, in uneven numbers. Okay, so there it looks, does not look too bad. Okay, I also want to use the little flower stencil with the cat, so let me see if I can put it somewhere here. I don't know if you can see, sorry, my hand is in front, but you will see when I pick it up what it looks like. It's just basically drawing the flowers. So it's as if the cat is sitting in a field of flowers. What I suggested, if you see any of a tiny stencil, or sometimes in the thrift stores you get old stencils and things, and sometimes they are very pricey when you have to buy them new. So this one, you can see I cut out shapes because it was difficult for me to use. It was a very big one, so it still has got more detail that goes with it. but I cut it out so just for ease of use. And sometimes I would just press this into the clay also to make a mark. So then I want smaller pieces. Let's put that one there. Okay, then I think we have got enough flowers with our cat. All right, good. Okay, so that's our cat. Now this cat is facing away from us, so I will make some elaborate whiskers. I like to do that. Okay, so now what we can also do with the cat, this has dried a little bit more. Okay, so we can also maybe make a few lines on the cat. Sometimes the cats have got little lines. The markings, or sometimes they have got the circular patterns. He's got quite a fluffy tail. Okay, all right. Something else I'm going to add to the cat is a bow. I'm just putting the ribbon there and making a big floppy bow. Okay, let's give that bow an end there. Okay, just like that. Okay, I'm more excited for the cat than I am for the little with sympathy. Okay, so let's continue here with the cat. Okay, now what I can do with the flowers is I am just going to paint some random colors here next to it. I want to focus on the cat itself, so I'm just going to grab some of the purpley paint and just put it down. So I'm making puddles. Can you see I'm making puddles? I am not painting, I'm puddling, and there's some of the pigment in the puddles, which is cool. Let me just see here quickly. Okay, I'm running out of space here. Sorry, my setup today is a little bit challenging. So now I'm just putting some puddles, making some more purple puddles here to incorporate the purple blob that was on the page. So just doing this, and you can see, maybe I should put it down. Okay, so this is going to buckle because I did not stick it down. Okay, so that is my backdrop with the flowers. What type of ribbon shall we give him? What type of bow? I think a nice bluey green bow would be nice. Let me just get all of the pigment out of this one. Let's have a look. Okay, let me just grab this color here. Okay, this color is rather solid that I've got here now. It's more like I've mixed the green and the blue, so it's more like a jade color, which is going to look very nice also with the the purple. So I'm just dropping it on the bow, and some places I am leaving a little bit more because of the creases in the bow. If you can imagine, it's like a satin bow or something. You have got the lights and the darks. Okay, so we'll put that on. This cat has got a very thick neck. That is actually a bit strange, but I won't tell if you won't. Okay. All right. So there is the bow. It's on. And now the color of the cat. So the cat is like just a normal grayish color. So we are going to just make gray again. Okay. So I'm using a little bit of black, very, very small amount. I'm using phthalo blue, and I am using a touch of red. Oh, that was way too much red. Okay, hold on. We'll go to the next mixing tray. Just add some more blue and a bit of black, just to even out that color. Can bring it in. There we go. It's like a bluey grey tabby. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So now I'm also just going to keep it down low as I can, as much as I can, and then just drop it in here and there. And where it makes a puddle, I'm going to leave it to puddle. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually work like this on sideways, because I want to put it down and leave it down. Okay. And my color is not even because the cat's fur, the colors are very seldom even. Okay, and that's my cat. I think that is very cute. All right, people, so let's see what can we do with our cross. Okay. Just before we do that, I would like to just finish this flower quickly, and I am going to bring in a little bit of Purple Lake. It's more like a warmer color, and I'm just going to put it here in the center. Okay, that's it. Okay, so now let's have a look. I think for the background here, I'm going to use similar to the cat's background, so a purpley, more purple color background. Sorry, I just had to get some more purple here on my brush. And then I'm going to leave the cross white. And now you would think, okay, but what about the purple pencil that I used? It's watercolor, so it does not matter. It's gone into the background. And here and there it can come over the cross, it does not matter. Okay. All right. So this is a very simple card. Just maybe I will decorate the flowers with some white. Maybe I'll make the flowers white with a little bit of either a gel pen, the jelly pen, the jelly roll pen, or maybe a little bit of white gouache. I will just add onto the little flowers here just to pop them out. Okay, let's see if we can get it to dry, and then maybe we can do that while we are still filming. Okay, now let's see. I just want to put my brush down so that it can be out the way. Okay, what can I use to just dry this one a little bit faster? So you can see here that anything goes. If you make a mistake, you just leave it till it's dry and then just continue working with it. You don't have to think, oh no, it's a waste. Now I've wasted all this time, and I've wasted paper, and I've wasted paint. It's never a waste. Even if it flops so hard it bounces, it's never a waste, because you'll learn from it. You'll learn. It's a school. So every time something happens and I think, oh goodness, that's not good, then I think, oh well, what did I learn? Don't do it like that again next time. So it's not a flop. Okay. I think these are not 100% dry yet, but they are very dry already. Now I'm going to see if I can add the white jelly pen on that one. Let's see what I can do. Okay, where did I put it? That's the question. Oh, here we go. Hold on 1 second. It's just this normal jelly white pen. Okay. I have got a sore arm, a very painful arm, and I forgot when I reached up now to take it off the shelf. I actually pulled the muscle and it's sore. Okay, so this is just a 10, so it might still be a little bit wet, but we'll see what we can do. So let's just do it. Yeah, it's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. It's just popping the little flowers off the purple background. There we go. It's amazing that just this little bit of white can have an impact like this. Let me show you. Okay, let's have a look at the cat first. There's the cat. I think it looks quite cute. Now I can also do the same with the cat if I want to make white flowers or whatever I want to do there. Then if we look, here is the flower. Can you see there the little white flowers now? Look at that. And it looks as if my cross have got a shadow. Okay. And then my favorite today would be these hearts. The hearts and the cat, they are my favorites today. So you can see I made it like as if it was a balloon. It's tied with a little bit of string. Okay. All right, so that's it for today. Let me just land this camera. There we go. Thank you so much for being with me today, and thank you that you are also trying. And as an artist, you can see sometimes things goes wrong, and sometimes you have to rework it and rework it, or eventually say, okay, no, I have had enough lessons from this piece, it has to go to the bin. Okay, so yes, so we have got 4 cards here, and in the next video I will show you what they came out to when they are fully dried, as always. And then I think we will start with that mushroom house, that painted paper. It's fantastic to work with it. It's so fantastic. It's so relaxing. So if you have got scraps of paper lying around in your house, or go through old magazines, if it's a little slither of blue or pink or whatever, keep it. Maybe you can join me in doing something interesting. Okay, thank you so much for being here with me. I will see you soon. All right. Bye.